Hey, how's it going? Forex Shark, as many of you know, is the main lead developer on most of the drip ecosystem, meaning the drip faucet, animal farm, the drip garden, soon to be the Piggy Bank add-on as well, which is launching soon. So I just wanted to touch on Forex Shark's AMA today. Again, how many developers do you know? Adding some bullish sentiments here, and why I have some faith in his projects. How many developers do you know doing this type of thing? He's giving these AMAs that are 3 hours long today. I just saw over an hour or two was one the other day, and if I remember one before that within the last week, he's probably doing more than I'm aware of, but. He's been given some good AMAs, some good interviews. At least putting a voice with the name, even though he's not completely doxxed on purpose. He says, just it adds a little bit of faith to the projects, which is cool. Obviously, not financial advice for you guys. This is just me giving my opinion and how I view all of this as it comes down the pipe or down the pike, whichever you prefer. So, as far as the AMA, what are the quick takeaways? And I'm going to say a few quick takeaways because I think if you're really interested in this, I'm going to link this YouTube video. I'm going to go ahead and copy it now. I'm going to throw it in the description. I think you should go listen to this AMA. You might want to skip through or kind of skip around. Obviously, it's 3 hours, but a couple of cool takeaways that I heard during the AMA. I was partially on work calls. I do actually work during the day, so I didn't catch all of it. I was kind of in and out. But scanning back through here just now, one thing that's really cool is we can kind of see some of the announcement here in the Telegram that Forex was mentioning. He got out of a meeting with Chainlink Labs, and they discussed a partnership opportunity. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that's going to happen, but for him to announce it, it's probably a pretty good chance. Now, Chainlink, just kind of looking through their website, they're a pretty big name in the DeFi and crypto space, and they specifically mention decentralized finance up here. From what I can tell, their platform or integrating their platform offers much more security, and they have a lot of different functionality that they offer for developers. So I think with them being such a leading name in the space and in a number of other spaces and projects, that this would be a huge boost for the whole ecosystem. I mean, this is it adds credibility. It'll add kind of a stamp he can put on these sites like the Animal Farm. It says, hey, we're partnered with Chainlink, and he made some kind of distinction between some developers that may use Chainlink in some way, use one of their features, and they may put that on their website. But Forex was mentioning that the difference would be that this would be an actual partnership or integration of some kind with that would be much more integral than just using some feature or API from Chainlink. So look into Chainlink, see what that makes you think if you're more bullish on all of his projects or not based on that. He did announce the Piggy Bank. I believe that's coming next Tuesday. So today's Tuesday, so in a week we should have the Piggy Bank launching. And the way he has been describing that, I just posted a video talking about Rex 2.0, which is a staking type protocol similar to Hex. Rex is supposed to be better than Hex, and I imagine Piggy Bank will be as well. If you listen to a lot of Forex's comments in this AMA, he really does break it down when they get into the Piggy Bank, talking about why his whole system will be a little better. At least, obviously, he would think that. You'll have to do your own research and consider both. But the Piggy Bank will be. He said it'll be kind of a combination of the Drip Garden and something like Hex, where you'll have a time locked stake. Now, this is different than the Garden because in the Garden you don't get your initial principal back, at least not immediately. You do obviously get rewards that you can keep compounding or harvest for that monetary value in the LP tokens, and then of course cash those out. So, but you do lose your initial investment. It kind of gets just thrown in here as plants, and you don't get that immediately back. So the piggy bank would be, he said, similar to the garden in that if you just, you'll be staking pigs essentially. But if you put pigs into the piggy bank, you'll get a similar return to the garden, up to 3%. But if you would like to, you can also stake them in a time-locked manner, similar to how Rex will be, well, for Rex 2.0 when that releases, or how Hex is, where you could choose a time frame for your stake, and you're going to get not only your principal back when that time frame is over, but you'll get a certain amount of bonus rewards depending on how long you leave it. And of course, if you elect to end it early, you will be dinged in some way. You will have a penalty, so that's good to know. But some of the utility here as far as boosting the other tokens, if you are holding dogs or you're in some of these farms to generate dogs, it sounds like you will need dogs. I believe he mentioned for referrals specifically. So similar to the drip faucet. The drip faucet, you have to hold the B-Reap tokens to get your referral rewards downline from the people you refer to the network. And similarly, you'll have to hold dogs for that feature in the piggy bank. So as Forex was explaining, when they added that feature to the drip faucet, where you had to hold those certain tokens, it actually shot the B-Reap up quite a bit. That the token value went way up, and so he expects that to happen with dogs. It'll add some utility to it. There'll be a reason for having the dogs, because you'll need to hold them to get those rewards downstream, and it may depend on how many you hold. There is a white paper, like a tentative white paper, an early release white paper for Piggy Bank. If I can find a link for it, I'll post another video and drop it. But since this is coming out on Tuesday, I'm guessing we'll see the real white paper very soon. And you probably already know ahead of time, based on, if you want to time lock your stakes, or if you even have pigs to use, you probably know ahead of time as to whether you want to throw in. So I don't know if the white paper will change that much for you either. But yes, there should be an actual white paper. I don't know if it's going to be on this same Animal Farm site. Yeah, it looks different than this. It's a dark background, but I'll try to locate that for the Animal Farm. I apologize, for the Piggy Bank. So essentially, you'll be taking your pigs. So this is all kind of coming full circle. I mean, there is a pig pen here where you can get BUSD rewards, but this other protocol should be you're staking it for a time lock, a certain amount of time, maybe a year, maybe 7 days. 7 days is supposed to be the minimum. And then depending on how long that time lock is, you'll get a certain amount of reward percentages that increase. One thing he's doing a little differently than, say, like Hex, is that you get a certain portion of your reward added to that principal within the first 25%. It's split into a 25 and a 75. I think it's within the first 75% of the time frame you get that portion of your rewards, and then you get the remaining 30% in that last half. And I may have that backwards, so again, I need to find the white paper. But the point of that type of increase, or distribution, I should say, is that you don't get it all at the end. So it's not all the way until the end of the staking period, and then all your rewards get added in at one time. It's actually distributed across the length of time. And I'm still looking into this further myself, so I'm not going to tell you why that's better or worse. Just I know that he has obviously more knowledge about creating these sustainable platforms than we do, and the ones that have been running for a moment. So just some interesting updates. If you want to actually listen to the man himself, who knows what he's talking about as regarding the piggy bank, before it launches, I would recommend, like I said, skimming through this AMA, see where it leads you, and see if you decide that that sounds like something you want to hop into. If it does, you'll want to have pigs. You'll need pigs to do that. And if you want to refer people downstream, you'll need dogs, it sounds like. So it should, theoretically, with enough adoption, boost the price of dogs. The same way that BREAP went up, it should have some extra utility for pigs, because those will be the token that's being staked to get that reward. And hopefully overall, this brings a higher price to drip. So that would benefit the garden and the drip faucet. And drip has been a little down, probably because of all the pull out to move into these other projects that he's launching, would be my guess. Or a number of people kind of getting to later maturity of their compounding and actually taking profits now and then. So that's my quick takeaway from the AMA. I recommend you go give it a watch. Probably follow and like this feller. And thanks for watching.